Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
I just created like two bundles, Mac bundle and home theater bundle. And
Okay.
in this magazine, I just created the features.
Okay. So what
Um,
option you have created and what feature you have created for magazine?
yeah. This is option is like this is I just created by is like a normal ones. So, but the
Okay.
features is like photograph, movie, and cartoons I created for the magazine.
Okay.
And for the home theater, I just created screen, audio system, and lightning.
Okay.
And
So when we
I
are creating future as well,
yeah.
yeah, what is that MEG bundle?
This is a Mac bundle, so I thought of like keeping the magazine in this bundle. So I just
Okay.
created the options and created this magazine, and
Okay.
I created the home H bundle as a home theater. So I just keep the home theater in H bundle. But when I able to see the codes, I'm not able to see the like both the H bundle and the magazine
Okay. So
bundle.
products are not visible.
Yeah, products are not visible at all
Yeah. So unless and until you add a price to the product, it will not be visible. So first you need to add a price to that.
for the Mac bundle
So
as well.
yes. So whatever product
Okay.
you create, you need to create a price entry for that. Only then the bundle will be visible, or the product will be visible for you to add it.
Okay, got it.
So, Sai, when we are creating a bundle, so we do not need to create one more product separately.
Okay.
So it is like you have a one product as laptop, and then you have another created one more product which is like a laptop bundle. So we do not need to create another product. So like when you have created a product home theater, you can just go and add options to it, and then you can like put
Okay.
the options which you have created uh, in
Uh,
respective features. So feature is like a just a what you say, a bucket wherein you are putting all your bundles, same category of bundles together. So if I have
no.
to say, so like I have a
Could you please
product
like
for,
show it to me? Just a
yeah,
second.
sure, sure.
I'll
So
just
if so like I have, you are able to see my screen, right?
yeah.
So I have a product which is smartwatch. So I don't need to create another product which says smartwatch bundle. So what I will be doing here over here is I'll creating options. So what I have done, if you go and see the options which I have, so it talks about chargers. So I have two category of chargers. One is a 45 watt and the another one is 67 watt. So 45
But
watts is a slow charger, 67 watt is a fast charger. And then I have maintenance as a product, which is a related product. If you see over here, chargers which I have created, those are accessories. So they, if they are buying one watch, they can buy two chargers, or if they are buying two watches, they can buy only one charger. So it is not dependent on the number. Now I have a screen guard as a product, that is a related product. Then warranty as a related product. Now you see I have a product which is straps, that is component. So for one watch, they can only buy one strap. They cannot buy more than that. So this is how I have done it. And now when I go on features, so over here, so I have clubbed same category of features. So watch bands will come under, my strap will come under watch bands. Then related product will have only the related product like maintenance, screen guard, warranty. And then there are charging options. So charging options will have all the chargers. So like you have created a home theater, and then you can create different types of speakers as a product, and you can have all the speakers under one feature, which is speakers. And then you can create different options for lighting, like a mood setting
No,
lighting, ambient lighting.
actually, if you, yeah, could you please go to the features once?
Yeah,
If you click the charging options, you will see that entire whatever the options you are mentioned over there, that is automatically linked to it, or like it's just an like.
it will automatically get linked.
Okay,
So
could you please
once you
show it?
create this option over here,
Okay,
so once I open up the option, so you have a feature column which says over here. So if I'm associating my feature, so this option will show under charging options feature
okay,
over here. So on and so forth. So when I add my product on the code, so this is my product. When I add it, you will see I have a feature which says essential product. So under essential, this is my category. Essential product is my category, related product is my category. My watch band is a feature. So if I go over here in my product features, so I have a feature which says watch bands. So under watch band, I have options to select the watch straps. So if I add it, they can select over here the straps. Now I have another feature which says charging options. So under charging options, I have my chargers available over here. So by default, like I have made sure that only the slow charger, which is like for a charger which is for 45 watts, that should be selected by default. If my user wants to go for a 67-watt charger, they can deselect it and select this one.
and one more thing, you selected the location aspect, right? What is that means?
So that I have created like a, what you can say, those things I have created as an attribute. So that those things we will be learning today. So it is
Okay,
just used for creating attributes and product rules. So this is basically for product rule which we'll be learning at a later stage. So this is how my features will look like. If I go into the related category, I have another feature which says related products. So all those related products will come over here. Okay. So
okay.
yesterday we had seen the bundles. Today we would be seeing more scenarios of how my bundle configuration will look like. So yesterday, due to time constraints, we were not able to complete that much. So today we will try to make sure that we are completing. So I'll just
And
close the unnecessary windows over here, and I'll
and
go
one
back
more
to my,
thing,
yes,
Vinay, uh, could you please at least create one product 2 days back you said about the product, right? So if you just create
yes,
a normal product, so I can get to know, okay, this how we can
okay,
create like this. If you
okay,
create that at least a bundle, okay, I'll get to know but the thing is
okay. So I
it's
will start
little.
with creating your home theater bundle itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So
For me, it's little bit like difficulty. Like I'm not getting like any use cases as well, and I don't know. Like I've just
so yesterday, were you able to do that trailhead learning which I had shared for bundle creation?
no, no. Sorry for no, no. Actually, I'm like I worked almost like 12 hours today, so I didn't like check
Okay,
it. I just created the
okay.
bundle,
No,
and
no, no
I don't.
problems.
Yeah.
No problems. No issues with that. So I'll be creating a home theater product for you. So I have taken the product name home theater. Then the product code I will choose as HD. And over here I will say it is like used for entertainment.
Okay.
So this is the basic field which I need to fill. And then I'll click on save. So my product is created. Now next thing what I need to do is I need to go and create the price book for it. So I'll add a standard price. So I'll add it say 1000. So my over here I have taken INR is my currency. So this I have done. Now the next
Okay.
thing what I need to do is when I have to create it as a bundle, I need to make sure that there should be options for it.
Yeah.
So once you click on new, so you will not get this record type as such. I have created a record type, so you can ignore that. You will just once you
Mm.
click on new, the direct you will directly a message window will open up for you, which will look something like this. So over here there are a couple of fields over here. So number is like in what sequence you want to see the option. So I will start with 10, and from home theater I want this particular to be one quantity.
Okay.
So they can either like whatever speakers are there available, like I'm creating right now I will be creating speakers, so they can only buy one quantity of that speaker.
Okay.
And I would be choosing selected because I want this one product to be as a default. Later, as per the user requirement, they can go ahead and choose any product or any other speaker as per the requirement, but by default I'm selling this one. Now over here the optional SKU means the optional product, like product which you are selling as an option that you need to do. So over here if I have already created a product, it will show over here. Otherwise if you scroll down it says plus new product. Are you able to follow this?
Yeah, yeah.
So once you click on plus new product, a new window will open up. It says new product.
Okay, we need to create the new product, right?
So over here, I will create, say, like, like I'll just put simple name, simple speaker. I'll put. So this is my simple speaker product, and this is one. It says speaker product family. I'll choose as entertainment, and that's it. So I'll click on save. So my simple speaker will come over here. Now it is asking for me to add a feature. So I'll create a feature over here. So my feature name will come as speaker. I want to
Okay.
club all those speakers together. So I've taken number as one. Minimum option is my 10. Now this configured SKU is your main product. So I will choose my home theater system. So I want my feature to show under home theater system.
Okay.
And I have chosen minimum quantity as one. So they can only buy one as, and I'll make sure that the maximum quantity is one. Maximum quantity I will not keep as one. I will only keep minimum as one, and then I'll click on save. So what is the difference when I choose? Uh, I'll create one and then I'll explain you. So this is done. This is done. Then I'll mark this one as bundled because I don't want the user to pay an additional cost for a simple speaker. I'll give it as it is there. Now I have marked it as bundle and I'll click on save.
Could
So
you
my
please
one
tell me
product
once
is
again,
correct.
like why you marked it as a bundle? It's like
So
it's
why
like
I have marked it as a bundle is So my simple speaker cost around say 150. So I don't want the person who is buying my home theater system, I don't want him to pay 1,000 rupees and then 150 extra for the simple speaker. That is why I have marked it as a bundle.
Okay. So if
Now I
if
will
he
be
pay $1,000, he will get the simple speaker as well. That 150 will be waived off, right?
yes. Now
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll create one more speaker. So I'll create a number 20 over here. Now I'll create one more speaker which is a mid-size speaker. I'll do it as active. My is mid-size speaker. Product family is entertainment. Click on save. Now over here I have taken quantity as 1. Feature I will choose as speaker. I've already created so I want just choose one. And over here now I will not mark it as bundle
Okay.
because I want the user to pay a price for that. But what I'll do is, yes, I will not mark it as bundle because I want my user to pay
Pay
an
for the
additional
mixer.
cost for this mid-size speaker. And then I'll click on save and new. Now I will create one more speaker for. So this time I will be creating 30. Optional SKU would be I'll create a speaker which is large size speaker active, and this is my large speaker. Product family is entertainment, and then I'll click on save. Now over here what I'll do is quantity I've taken as one. So here I'll mark it as bundled, but what I'll do, I'll create a price for it. So probably I'll put it 300 over here.
Okay.
So now I'll show you the difference. So this is my mid-size speaker. Mid-size speaker, simple speaker I created 150. Mid-size speaker I'll put as 250, and for large size speaker I will put it as 500. So now I have created speakers. Now I have created a feature for that. Now when I go onto my code and add the product, that is home theater, so I think it will not show.
We need to give that one. It should be required and everything.
Yes.
Which you,
So if we don't give that one, it will directly land up over here. But I want to configure that. So if I select this, so you will see that my home theater product is here, which is a
yeah.
bundle product. And then I have a feature which is speaker, and there are three options over here. Now it says choose at least one of the following, but I can choose any of them. Like I can choose three as well. So this we can restrict. So how do we restrict that? If I go on to my option, not option. If I go to my features, so over here I taken minimum option as one. If I choose my maximum option as one, it will not allow me to. go more than that. So if I click on cancel and probably choose it once again, so over here you'll see now it is showing as
Radio
radio button.
buttons.
So I can only choose either of them. Now over here on simple speaker my cost is 150, medium speaker is 250, large speaker is 500.
500.
You can see 150, 250 and 300.
Yeah.
So why it is showing large speaker as 300?
You wrote it
Because
in just like in the options 300, right?
yes, so on my large speaker it is 500 over here. So what I'll do in my options, what I have done, not over here. Um, large size, right? Yes. So for large size speaker, what I have done, if it is sold under a bundle, it should be charged as 300 rupees. That is what I am stated. That is why it is showing 300. If I select this, it will show 300. So this will come at a cost of 250 only, which is the cost over here. This is
Yeah.
showing 150, but if I select this one and click on save, you will see the home theater comes as included and it is charged as 0.
Okay.
Now if I go and add one more time, I'll add home theater. I'll select this and add more. And now I will choose large size speaker and click on save. And then I will add large size speaker. So you see, when I'm buying my home theater with simple speaker, it is charging as 0.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking for large size speaker, it is included, but okay, why it is taking 0, it should be coming as 300 only. Okay, if it is bundled, then it shows like that. So if I click on this, then it will come as 300. So I'll just refresh it, probably that should work. Okay, it will not. So if you select the bundled one, then it will not charge the price.
Yeah.
So, if I, so now you see that when I'm buying my home theater with large size speaker, it is coming at a cost of 300. But if I buy large size speaker separately, it comes at 500.
Okay. Got it.
So this is the difference. So now we would be going ahead and learning what regarding the today's session. So I hope you had got a better clarity on how we would be
Yeah, yeah. Now it's
using.
like now, yeah, it would be a little bit clear for me because like from last 2 days, I already told you I don't have any knowledge on this Salesforce, so it's like
Yes.
little bit confused for me. So I'm just checking in the Google like how to add these things. So that's
Okay.
why like yeah,
So now we would be looking for configuration part in more details. So if you go on to the product, there are four fields which says Salesforce CPQ configuration. So we'll
yeah.
look at configuration type, configuration event, option layout, and option selection method. So configuration type and configuration event we will look first. So I'll just start with this. So in configuration type, if we choose none, and configuration event is also none, like if we choose none for it, by default it will be none for the other one, then we will not be able to see the configurator page. It will directly land on the code lines. So
Like why we are using the configuration type and configuration event? Like what is the
okay,
main purpose of
so
this configuration?
why we are using it? So I want, for bundle products, I want my user to choose over here. So once it selects the product and it is a bundle product, so I want my user to choose what options he is willing to buy. That is why I
Okay.
have kept it as, if I choose it as allowed on the product over here,
Hmm.
which means if I click on it, so it has required, allowed, and disabled. If I choose it as required, by default, whenever my user is selecting a product, it will land on the configurator page. So they can choose
Okay.
which product they want to buy, which their product they don't want to buy, and all those stuffs. And the second is required. So it is always required that the bundle must be configured. Without configuration, I'm not selling the product.
Okay.
And third one is disabled. So it means if I keep it as disabled, you will not be able to see the configuration page over here, and it will directly go to the code lines. Means it will directly come over here. And when it is disabled, you cannot even go back and configure it. So even if you land it over here on this page, you will not see a wrench icon which allows you to go back to the configurator page and reconfigure it, the product. Say for example,
Okay.
when you are buying a laptop, and then there are options given to you if you want to buy a optical mouse, or if you want to buy a wireless mouse, or if you want to buy a Bluetooth mouse, and you have chosen optical instead of Bluetooth, and you have clicked on save, so you can go back and reconfigure it. So that is the functionality which the supplier is providing to the users, that they can
Okay.
configure it. So that is why it is important.
Okay. Got it.
And when we have, so
If
this
we
is
have the
for,
none option, then nothing will become, right? It will
so if,
automatically
if
go
I
to the.
choose a none option over here, like if I choose none, so by default it will come as none over here. And if I click on save, now if you go on to the code and click on home theater product, you will not see the options. It will directly land over here.
Okay.
If I choose a disable option on my configuration type, so when you choose none, at least you can, once you're selected, you can still have a wrench icon and you can go back to configure. But if I choose disable, I think that then that option will not be there. So it is, I'm disabling it. So if I click on cancel, I remove my products from here, and then I add one more time my home theater and select it. So over here, so whatever I am selling, you need to buy it. So you don't have a reconfigure tab
Okay.
over here. So whatever I am selling, you cannot make any changes. That is it. If I have disabled it. So this is a table over here. It says configuration event, and so it says configuration event type. If it is allowed, the configuration event will be always, like shows the configuration page, and the users or the sales representative can configure the product based on the
Hmm.
requirement of the buyer. If it is allowed and edit, then it does not shows the configuration page after selection. But we can go and do a reconfigure, which means Yeah, we can go and select recon. Well, like we have a wrench icon over here,
Yeah.
and when we click on it, we will again go back to the reconfigure
Recon.
page.
Yeah.
So if it is disabled, we will never show the configuration page. And bundles that are never customized, we don't
Customer.
want my user to customize it. Whatever I am selling, they need to buy it that in that way only. If it is allowed and add, we can see the configuration page only once, and we will not be able to make any changes. So once you land up on that page, so if I see over here, if I add another product, like I'll just see if I have add for that. So if I have add, what difference it makes? Yeah, you will be able to see the example. So if I have a smartwatch product, and there is a lot of things which we need to do over here. So you are able to see my configuration page, and then when you click on save,
Yeah.
then again if you go over here, you will have a. So once you have added, you will not see a reconfigure a wrench
Yeah.
icon which lets you go back. But if you go over here and instead of add, if you click on, if you choose edit, and now when you add that product, you will be able to see a wrench icon. So it is like we are restricting the users
Okay.
or the seller. They can only choose once, or depending upon how do we want my product to behave. So if we choose edit, so over here it is written, if we choose edit, it does not go to the configure page. So it directly landed over here. But now from here, I have a wrench icon. So if I click on the wrench icon, then I can go back to my configuration page and choose whatever I want. So that is how it behaves. So I have one more for you for your better understanding. So it is, once you select the products, it will go to the configuration page and then on the code. So you have a wrench icon over there, wherein you can
Yeah.
again configure or reconfigure my products. So if I choose option 2, then from product selection it directly goes to the quote line.
Edit. Oh,
It does not
okay.
lands
Yeah.
over here, but I can still reconfigure and go back to my code. If I have the third, directly go to edit codes and I cannot configure my products. And with fourth option, I can go configure and then edit. So this is how the 1, 2, 3, 4 are there, and this is how it will look like.
Yeah.
Any doubts or questions up till here?
Oh, no, no. Right now, yeah. It's little clear.
Okay. So now we will be looking for options layout. So there are a couple of options layout features available, which, like, by default it is sections, and then there are tabs and wizards. So we look at how it looks. So if I go to my home theater system, so over here, like, I have only one option, but so if I go to my smartwatch, because I have multiple options over there. So under smartwatch, if I click on edit over there, so I will choose it always. So on option layout, if I'm not choosing anything, and if I mark it as none and click on save, then by default it will have sections. So I'll just let you know how sections look like. So I'll click on cancel. I'll remove everything from my port lines, and then when I go and add my product, which is smartwatch, so you'll see there will be sections. So sections are like watch bands and charging options, one below the other. So what I can do for you to show it more properly, I'll go to say home theater only, and
Yeah.
probably I can create one more option, which I'll say it is for lighting. So over here I will have 40, and then I'll create product name, which is okay. So now if I go to my product and choose my home theater, so I disabled this, so I need to enable it. You can see. So by default caption layout, I have it is blank. So by default, it is taking as sections. So I'll delete the line, and I'll go ahead and again I will add my product. So you will see, okay, lightning. I have not marked it as price. So if you don't mark the price, this is how it will look. It will not show options visible.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have one section which is for speaker, other section is for lightning. So this is how it will look for sections. Now if I go
Mm.
back to my product, which is home theater. So if I change, by default it is sections. If I choose section, then also it will come as sections only. Now
Okay.
if I go on over here, and if I choose as tabs, so if I click on it, and now again if I go back to my code and then I select my product, so it will show as tabs, which will be one after the other.
Okay.
So it will be speaker, then it is lightning.
Lightning.
So
Okay.
this is my tab. So one tab and then second tab. Now if I go to my home theater system and if I choose, instead of tabs, if I choose wizard, so it will still show as tabs, but there will be one difference. So if I go back on my home theater, So now you see it is still showing as tabs like speaker and lighting, but lighting is not enabled.
Okay.
So if I click on lighting, it will not click. But over here, you will see that there is
Okay.
one of two.
Got it.
So over here, it is showing. But there is one more thing. If right now I have checked my simple speaker product as default.
Yeah.
If I go ahead and change my simple speaker product, which I have chosen as default, if I remove this as selected, so now it will not show as selected like this. And if I go ahead and again, if I take my product, home theater system, you see my simple speaker is not showing anything as selected. This is not active. But if I go and check, I'm still able to check it and select my products.
Yeah.
So over here, I cannot select, but I can select it from here. So what it happens like this is only two. If there are more over here, so you cannot skip. Like if there is speaker, lighting, and then there is one more, or say two, three, four more, so that I cannot go from first to the last. I need to go one by one. So this is designed in a way that we or the sales representative do not miss any product in between.
Okay.
That is the basic for which they are assigned in designed in that way. So this is for this. Now the last one says option selection method. So in option selection method, it is click and then there is one more option add. So over here, I'll shift to my smartwatch product. So here's option selection method is click and add. So if I choose click and if I choose add, that means that there is a difference. So whatever option selection method is available over here, the same method is available if I go on to my features. So I will explain you over here only because you have a better clarity with home theater. So I don't want you to get confused. So I will open my features, which is speaker. So I'm choosing speaker because there are three products under it. So over here, right now on option selection method, it is click. So I will
Yeah.
change it to from click to add. First, we will see how click appears. So click is like this one. We are able to click on any product. So this is a click action. Now if I change from click to add over here, and for wizard, I will choose from wizard to sections.
Okay.
So when I click to from click to add, I'll again go back and add the product once again and select it. So you will see that it is showing
Oh,
add
actually.
options, which
Okay.
means when I select add, I can choose one and either I can select and add more or I can add on. So if I click select and add more, I can choose this one and I will. So over here, I can only choose one product. So it is not allowing me to do add another product. But what is the main purpose of adding and selecting? I can, when I add a product, if I'm adding, say, one product twice, it will create two separate lines. So if I go over here under speaker, so this is my feature, right? If I choose to remove this, so now I have only minimum option as one, maximum options I have removed it. So I will again go back and show you the difference. So if I go and select it, now you see adding options.
Yeah.
So hopefully it should now, yes. So if I select and add, so now you see it is from dropped from radio button, it is showing this button. So if I have added two, So you will see that it is creating two lines. But if I remove this and add one more option, if I choose to select speakers only, the same set of speakers, so it will create two separate lines.
Yeah, got it.
But when if I go and change it to click, then what happens?
It's just like it
If,
will show radio button.
yes, it will show a radio button, but then there will be a difference. So if I have chosen click over here, so radio button it only shows when we are restricting the product quantity to one. But now when
Oh,
I have chosen the select click option,
it will
and
show
if I
the
go to,
check boxes, right?
it will show the check boxes. So right now it is showing check boxes.
Check box.
But if I go and select this one, so my quantity is logged. Okay. So I can select this product. So earlier what I have done, I had selected the same product twice. So it was showing two different rows. But when I go and do checkbox, so what I need to do, I think I need to edit my quantity. So it is on feature. So now I have edited the quantity. So when I choose this, I can edit the quantity. And when I click on save, you will see that it is showing two quantities. But if I go and make the changes for this on add, you will see two separate lines. It will not show one line, it will show two separate lines if I have add as a variant over here. So right now it shows only one line, but the quantity is two,
Two.
right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
now if I go and select my product and I have add option, so will select and add more, and I will select and add more. So I have two rows separate. I'll add the lighting as well. Now when I click on save, so you will see that it is showing two separate lines
Yeah.
instead of comparison to one. So that is the basic difference when we do click and add. Now there is one more thing which we need to focus on. I have option selection method on my product, and I have option selection method on my features as well. So this is my feature. I have option selection method over here as well.
Yeah.
So on the product level, I have taken the option selection method as add. And now I will go on to my feature and I will choose my option selection method to be click, and I will click on save. So on my feature, the option selection method is click, but
Click.
on my product, it is add. Now when I go to add my product over here, so whatever we are selecting at feature level, it will override what we have at the product level. So when I
Okay.
select it over here, it will not show add, it will show as
Click. Okay.
click.
Feature has the higher advantages
But if you see for lighting, it is showing add option.
because
So
for the lightning we didn't change anything for the feature.
yes, on speaker we have done click. So it will override whatever we have selected at the product level.
Okay.
So this is what we have for option layout. Now we would be looking at a section which is attributes I wanted to cover, but it is almost time. Okay, so we will cover the attributes later, probably on
Okay.
Monday. because it will take another 1 hour. Okay, it's not a problem. We'll cover that on Monday. I
Okay.
hope this is being clear to you.
Yeah,
These four.
yeah, this one's like it's much more clear now compared to like
Okay.
last two classes. Yeah.
And make sure that you're going through the trailhead learning which I had shared
Yeah,
earlier.
I'll do it on this weekend. Yeah.
Bye. Bye
Yeah.
for now.